Ladies and gents, I have completely changed my tune. I want to put all my cards on the table. Right, I was wrong. I was totally wrong about poorly vetted, barely literate, fighting age men from all four corners of the globe moving to the UK. I just have to put it out there because I have a lot to thank them for. Today, I saw Paul Joseph Watson's video about the streets of Birmingham and it filled my heart with joy. Because after decades of bullying and harassment, not only from my colleagues in the Royal Marines, but from random strangers who would find out I hailed from Middlesbrough in the northeast of England and stop me in the street and say things like, are you doing all right, son? Yeah, do you know why I want to thank all of these badly vetted fighting age men? Well, I'll show you.
Birmingham's super diversity is a strength. The reasons given? It's quite difficult to find any here. I guess we're just going to have to take a virtual walk around Birmingham to find those reasons for ourselves. YouTuber Bald and Bankrupt did exactly that earlier this year. What did he discover? Super friendly locals.
Mate, any hotels around here?
Huh?
Any hotels around here?
I don't understand what you mean.
Are there any hotels around here?
I don't know. New. I'm new.
Where are you from? Hell. Welcome to Birmingham.
Sumptuous views.
And you will find a nice view at the back as well.
You said a lovely view. And look, it's a view of a rubbish dump.
Yeah, there you go. That's why I've got tens of thousands of unvetted fighting age men to thank, because finally Middlesbrough is off the bottom rung. Get in. Yes. Okay, you all know the news. I covered it all yesterday, so I thought today I'd do something light-hearted to cheer us up after a bad 15 years. Is Middlesbrough the worst place to live in the UK? Cleveland is officially the UK's most dangerous place to live. Calling Middlesbrough the worst place to be a girl doesn't help us. Yes, over the years we've had headline after headline after headline slagging off the borough. But after I watched Paul Joseph Watson's video about Birmingham, it filled me with joy to know that we are definitely climbing up the ladder. Yes, indeed, compared to Birmingham, without any doubt, one of the biggest dives I've ever had the misfortune to walk around. I think we can finally call ourselves a mid-tier town in Middlesbrough. Definitely. I visited Birmingham. I had like 3 nights ashore there when I went with the Royal Marines display team in I think it was about 2001. And it was a dump then. So I don't even know what 25 years has done to it. But Paul Joseph Watson and Bald and Bankrupt and a few other YouTubers give us some straws in the wind, a general direction for how things have gone in Birmingham since, all of the natives left and we replaced them with people that, well, clearly think that snapping one off in the middle of the street is perfectly reasonable behaviour. So today we'll do a bit of fun and I'll do a reaction video to this because it's definitely worth sharing. Let's look at some of the highlights from Paul Joseph Watson's video about Birmingham, shall we?
Other YouTubers visited Birmingham to get a little taste of that super diversity for themselves. Once again, friendly locals.
I got stabbed over it. I was only been here. I'd only been over here a couple of weeks.
Nice warm welcome.
In fact, as soon as
I got stabbed here, bruv. I'd only been here a couple of weeks. That's very similar to my mate Ad's story, who I took to Middlesbrough for a weekend and he got mugged for the first time in his life by a fella who was as black as the ace of spades, and he was from a little village in Scotland. And I don't think he'd ever actually had a conversation with an African gentleman before. First time he ever met one in Middlesbrough, got mugged. Happy days.
As soon as I walked onto Soho Road, and before I even got my camera out, I had a couple of street beggars try to finesse me. One woman grabbed my left hand pretty tight and asked for change to distract me, while another one was trying to get inside my coat pocket on the other side. Typical stuff.
Yeah, typical stuff in Karachi. Typical stuff on the war-torn streets of Mogadishu. Didn't used to be typical stuff in England though, did it? Did it? This is what I keep talking about, managed decline. That's what we've got in the UK. It's done. Unless you use the military and start physically deporting millions of people, the UK's done. And that's not going to happen. So yeah, managed decline. In 40 years' time, the UK is just going to be a giant tip. It's going to look like that gigantic global-sized one off Idiocracy. Just a tip with a flag in it.
But it still sucks to be harassed like this, just walking down the street in broad daylight.
Yeah, video man.
What you say?
Yeah, video man.
I'm not filming you, you think talking to me,
No, that's a video record.
You know you do the video.
Sorry?
The video now.
Yeah, for him, yeah.
Put the camera down.
Yeah, but I'm talking to you.
No, turn it
I'm not filming you.
Put the camera down.
I'm not filming you.
I don't give a shit. Put the camera down. Put the camera down. Or what? Listen, I don't want you to film. I'm not. I know. Move the camera, bro.
Similarity number 2. Everyone wants to fill you in. Brilliant. Love that. Can't walk down the street with your phone out without someone wanting to glass you. No, we've all been there, son. We've all been there. Don't worry about it.
Sorry to bother you, ladies. Do you know where Big John's is?
Sorry?
Big John's a chip shop.
No,
Thank you.
At least 4 people have told me now that the no-go zones, they're legit.
I don't want to be on that.
Oh, that's all right. So, I just spoke to a local off camera. She just gave me the heads up, told me I better get out of here, really.
Yeah, remember those no-go zones that definitely don't exist? Definitely don't exist. Because Owen Jones said so, and he lives in a nice leafy shire. Well, we know that, mate. None of us have said there's no-go zones in leafy shires with £1 million houses. No one thinks that's the case. But you know why? Because we know that that's where all the politicians and the actors and the singers and the BBC journalists live. But you know where there are no-go zones? Places where they put council houses on the rare occasion they can house a homeless veteran, for example. There's no-go zones in them. You know where else there's no-go zones? Places like Middlesbrough and Hartlepool, where they ditch thousands of hairy-arsed, scary men to harass pensioners because they don't want to live anywhere near them. That's why. You think Angela Merkel, who invited in a few million of these people, do you think there's a no-go zone within 10 miles of where she lives? Because I think we all know the answer to that one.
Right, so let's get some money out from the cash machine. And obviously I can buy some bits and bobs. Now look at we're using this today, lads.
Clean streets.
You can't even get...
And look at the streets. The cash machine's already been emptied via the medium of sledgehammer. And the streets have got more shite in them than Steptoe's yard. So that's Birmingham. As I said, I'm loving watching this. I've got a fatty on watching this video. My old granny, she always wanted to see Middlesbrough climb to lofty heights. Well, now they have. Because anyone that thinks it's rough can just look at this video, see what Birmingham looks like, and finally go, it's posh around here, innit?
Path is completely blocked. With rubbish. It's just absolutely everywhere.
Hey mate, it's like a car boot sale, but on the street.
Truly, truly shocking sights here. Look at that! Have you ever seen anything like this? The rats are the size of dogs, and that there's piles of rubbish that have not been cleaned up in over a decade. Absolutely shocking scenes here.
Just mattresses everywhere. You always see mattresses everywhere. We try to explain to them how modernity works, and they don't get it. They don't believe that blokes are paid to come round your street once a week, or once a fortnight if you live in the UK, and actually take things away from you. They're used to just ditching it in the street. Like, there we go, here. Let a tramp sleep on it. That'll be good for the neighbourhood. Unbelievable. What a shithole. They say crows are intelligent animals, don't they? Birmingham's that much of a dump, the crows feel a sense of satisfaction when they empty the bowels on the streets, because they feel like they're contributing, they're helping neaten things up a little bit.
Birmingham. Look at that!
As soon as you walk off down the side streets, it takes a darker turn for sure.
Look, this is right outside the main of a house and St Stephen's NHS healthcare building. Look at the state of it. Bottle of piss there, dog poo, might be human poo, who knows?
Anyway, I'm not going to do it all day. Go and watch the video for yourself. I'll put a link in the description. It's unbelievable. The main NHS building has got human shite outside of it. Imagine if you take the kids to the NHS facility because one of them's got a cold or flu, and you just want to check the temperature and have the doctor take a quick look at them. When you get there, you get told they can't have an appointment for another 8 months. And then when you get home, you realise you've made things worse because they caught hepatitis from all the human shite outside the doctor's office. It's brilliant. What a dive. Wonderful to see. It warms me cockles. So there you go. Thank you, leaders of Birmingham, socialist leadership of Birmingham. Thank you for making me laugh, making my hometown look much better than it ever has, and proving us all right about the inevitable consequences from importing millions of unvetted, hairy-arsed foreign blokes. All right, big thanks to all of you involved. Well done, well done. I would donate some money to Birmingham Council, but they've already gone bankrupt. I don't think they're allowed a bank account anymore. I'll tell you what, I'll post you a book to, although no, nobody who works there can read. Well, I'll think of something. I'll think of something. Next trip, I'll nip over and, I don't know, I'll contribute to the local landscape by snapping off a foot of brown cable in an old lady's front garden, just like the locals do. All right? You're welcome. You can have that for now, lads. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gents. I hope you enjoyed that light-hearted look at current events, and we'll get back to some proper news tomorrow, shall we? Thanks for tuning in. Take it easy. See you all very soon. See you later.